Hey, I'm Hako from Everlance. If you're an independent contractor and you want to understand your taxes better, then this video has some great information for you. Okay, so the first question is, how much should you expect to pay in taxes as an independent contractor? So this will depend on a bunch of factors like what state you live in and whether you have any kids. But to play it safe, if it's your first year, it's a good idea to save 20 to 30% of your paycheck for taxes. But here's the kicker. If you do a good job of tracking your mileage and your expenses, you may end up paying much less than that. So I actually know many independent contractors who made around $50,000 last year. And when they went to their accountant said, you have to pay $10,000 in taxes. But once the independent contractor started pulling out their mileage and their expenses report, their taxes actually went down from $10,000 to something like $2,000. So instead of paying 20% in taxes, they ended up paying 4%. So that's why it's so important to track your mileage and your expenses. But again, if it's your first year and you're not sure exactly how it's going to go down, play it safe and try to put aside 20 to 30% of your income. So what do you do with your 1099 form? So let's start with the basics. The 1099 is the main tax form that independent contractors get from the companies they work for. So if you made over $600 in a year working for a company, you should get a 1099 by mail or email at the end of January. So if it's after the end of February, and you haven't gotten the form yet, and you made over $600, you may want to contact the company. But keep in mind, some companies do have different limits, so that's why it's a good idea to check on that. Okay, so once you've gotten the form, what do? Well, now it's time to go do your taxes. This is the main form where it's going to show how much money you made in the year. Okay? Now, another thing to keep in mind is, even if you made less than $600 and you don't get a 1099, you still need to report it to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam knows that you made the money, so it's a really bad idea not to report it. Okay, so how should you decide if you should do your taxes yourself online or by hiring an accountant? So like with most things in life, if you hire someone, you're probably going to pay a little more, but you expect a higher quality product. Since in this case, a higher quality product means saving more on your taxes, it might actually be worth it, but not always. For example, if you only do independent work for a few hours every month, then it might not be worth it. But if it's your first year and you have a lot of questions and you'd like to get them answered in person, maybe it is worth it. Okay, so in terms of cost, if you do go hire an accountant, how much should you expect to pay? Probably somewhere between $100 and $250. If you go for a tax software, it'll be more like $100 to $200. So you can see the difference is not so big. Keep in mind that with the tax software price I just said, it's higher than what you normally find advertised on the websites. And that's because as you go through the process of preparing your taxes online, there's probably going to be add-ons that you're going to need to pay for, like state and other self-employed pieces. So in the end, it ends up being more like that $100 to $200 for tax software and $150 to $250 for tax preparers. Okay, and one more thing. If you're going to hire a tax preparer, it's a good idea to look online for their reviews, to ask family and friends for recommendations, and to make sure that they have experience working with self-employed individuals. And the final thing is that if this is your first year doing this, and you're curious about what's a better solution for you, it's not a bad idea to hire a tax preparer and then also do your taxes online, but not actually submit them online. So you won't actually have to pay for the online portion. You'll just see which experience do you like better and which one actually saves you the most money. So there you have our best tips about how to decide whether to hire a tax preparer or to do your taxes yourself. Okay, so now you know a little more about taxes as an independent contractor. You should check out our other videos to learn more tips for independent contractors. And if you're looking for a tax preparer or you want a great discount to doing your taxes online, download the Everlance app and we'll hook you up with those resources right there.